Hi everybody, it's me, Mrs. Machota. Today I'm going to be talking to you about writing objective summaries. Now it's important to know what an objective summary is and is not. So an objective summary is just a short piece of writing that's going to be unbiased, has the facts, is really concise, and just highlights the major points of what you read that day. An objective summary is not opinionated or full of quotes or has minor details. Really, you're just paraphrasing everything that you read. So the first step is to read the text, and I know this sounds really easy, but use your reading goal chart to see where you're supposed to be, and then just put your eyes in text and read. Now while you read, you're going to get through the chapter, and then you kind of want to think about what that chapter was about. So the second step is to name it. Here you can see I have highlighted in green the author's name and then the title of the book I read. I just got done reading chapter 1 of S.E. Hinton's novel, The Outsiders. I'm going to move to step 3, and that's going to be verb it. I want to use a strong verb that tells my reader kind of what advice that S.E. Hinton was trying to give us in that text. So I'm going to use that word reminds because that kind of ties into directly step 4, that central idea. The central idea, I want you to think about it like not the message, but what did you get from the reading? What was your takeaway? If you think about everything that happened in that chapter, what do you feel that it was all about? And so my focus for the takeaway of chapter 1 is that there's safety in numbers. And this makes sense because Ponyboy leaves the movies. He's all by himself. He starts walking home. He gets jumped by the Socs, and then his friends, the Greasers, come to his rescue. Now, step 5 comes in. I want to start telling my story chronologically. This is probably going to be between 5 to 8 sentences, no more than 8. It's just a really nice, healthy paragraph to show your reader and your teacher everything that you have done. So here's my first draft of my paragraph. You can see that I'm using transitions. I have some highlighted here for you. Chapter 1 begins, as he left the movie, the next thing he knows, he realizing then, and then I finally at the end tie it up and put in the end, Pony realizes that there's safety in numbers. So I have a nice parallel structure here that I come back full circle to talk about that central idea. Now, after I write my paragraph chronologically and I use the transitions to show my teacher that I can use time order transitions and move them through that writing, I want to look at my verbs. Sorry about that. And my verbs are here. I always want to use present tense verbs. So I want to use verbs that end in S or verbs that end in ing. And you can see I have, does anybody see the red ones here that are highlighted? I have 2 that I need to fix. So here I have as he left the movie, and I want to change that to as he leaves the movie. And doing that simple fix really changes that verb to present tense. I'm just going to come back and I'm going to make that, change it. And then here I have the next thing he knew was, and I'm going to change those verbs to the next thing he knows is, and that's a better way, and I'm just going to highlight that just so that we all can see it. And I'm not quite sure why my text is still red here. So I'm going to go back to text and I'm going to turn that to black. There we go. And now all my verbs are in present tense. So I'm always proofreading with each one. The next thing I want to remember is I want to look and make sure that I don't have any opinions or any personal pronouns. Here I find what I have it highlighted in purple. I would have been totally scared. To be honest, when you're writing objective summaries, nobody wants to know what your opinion is. So I'm just going to remove that altogether. That sentence isn't important. Now my writing looks more formal. The next step I'm moving into is looking for no minor details. We only want the major points. So this sentence right here we also met the rest of the gang. I obviously know that because the gang comes to the rescue. I can delete that sentence, once again making my writing stronger. I keep going in and proofreading for these things. Now I want to make sure that I'm using my own words. I don't have any quotes. And, you know, look what I did. I put a quote right up here. That's an easy fix. I'm just going to go back in and I'm going to delete the quote. And I'm going to, chapter 1 begins with Ponyboy watching, and I'm going to just put my period right here. Watching a movie. That's just the facts. So let's review. We have 5 steps to writing a objective summary. I'm going to start by reading the text, then I'm going to name it, and by naming it I mean I'm going to identify the author and the story that I read. I'm going to verb it. I'm using one of those strong verbs. Then I'm ending that topic sentence with the central idea. Then my next 5 to 8 sentences are going to be told chronologically. Now, just a reminder, steps 2, 3, and 4 are all in the topic sentence so that you don't forget. And then step 5 are those 5 to 8 sentences. Then after I'm done writing, I'm going to go and look at this remember box and just do some proofreading. And then finally, just so that you begin with the end in mind, this is what the rubric would look like. So make sure that you're always writing and assuring yourself that you're working to get scores of 2. That's it. So this is how you write an objective summary. I hope this helps. See me in class if you need any more help with it. If not, great job and good luck.